After Japan, here I am in Taiwan, but it won't be the same as before, because after the exam in Tokyo, I won't look at my next steps as new tests, but I'm going to experience them as the natural consequence of my transformation. Now I no longer have anything to prove, and I can focus solely on the constant practice of my art in a natural and entirely independent way, combining creativity with storytelling, not searching for a dominant rhythm, but showing what my eyes see during my daily life as a photographer, now that my vision works automatically. So from now on, I will try to show you with less filters the real process of how my photographic vision acts. I'm capable of switching off whatever I do and wherever I go. And this is proof that my great journey from Thailand to Japan worked at 100%. I started out taking photographs, now I live through photographic consciousness, creating them. And if you enjoyed this video guys, follow me for more content like this and see you in the next video.
And here I am in fact taking some time out to relax during my stay in Taipei. After meeting up with Jin and Han again in Korea, it was time to catch up with some other friends from the Camino de Santiago. I've been stuck in the city for far too long over the last 2 months, and spending time with Rosie and Jewel has helped me catch up my breath a little. My photography project certainly didn't end with the chapter I tackled in Tokyo, but in the time I have left here in Asia, I would like to devote myself to other things too, perhaps with a few more mountain climbs, just like the old days. But to begin with, Taipei welcomed me with rain, an element I will have to start reckoning with more and more often from now on, with the rainy season drawing ever closer. But it was the perfect opportunity to combine creativity and storytelling, capturing the city as it reacts to this somewhat adverse weather. Ponchos and umbrellas of all kinds, though these often prove unnecessary thanks to the arcades lining every street. Meanwhile, on the streets, the motorbikes are unstoppable, making a forceful return, bringing to mind the hellish roads of Vietnam. But I like to describe Taipei as a Japanese Hanoi. The order in which they appear is unbelievable, a constant repetition that rarely breaks, arranged in endless line, turning the scooters into a clean, defined pattern. They create chaos by their very nature as they whiz along the streets, but all these sequences seem almost like an illusion. Many say that Taipei is unlivable because of all these mopeds, but having been to Vietnam, I found it quieter here. But the fact remains that you can't talk about Taipei without including them in the photos. Whether they are the subject or a background element, they can only enhance the narrative. And the same goes for Taipei 101, the city's iconic skyscraper. But to avoid making every photo of mine mundane, I had to capture it by expanding my imagination, looking around for a backdrop to avoid bringing home photographs that anyone passing through here could take. By changing my perspective, I gave a free rein to my creativity, producing unique and captivating shots, sometimes with a touch of emotion, the result of my photographic vision which I can no longer hold back.
I think I arrived in Taipei at the best moment ever. Now I can easily read its rhythm, making comparison with all what I faced until now. Let's say that Taiwan is not in the middle of Asia only on the map. Exploring the city, I can feel all good vibes, both from the southeast of Asia and the northern part. For example, motorbikes create the usual Asian traffic chaos, but if you see, they also create an orderly pattern all along the sidewalks. It's like being in a Japanese or Korean Hanoi, and there is a perfect mix of chaos and order, something that I would have never read coming here before visiting all the other countries. And thanks to all the local markets spread all around the city, by day and by night, my mind jumps back in time through the smells and noises of my lovely Thailand. I admit that I'm kind of overstimulated. And if you enjoyed this video guys, follow me for more content like this and see you in the next video.
Taipei is absolutely teeming with markets. Day or night, there is something for everyone. I had missed the scents, the smells, the shouts and the sounds of these places. Walking through them really took me back in time to the half-hidden, dimly lit alleyways of Thailand and Vietnam. But after spending weeks amidst Korean rules and Japanese politeness, it wasn't so easy to go back to taking portraits from such close. Before this, I spent a few days practicing a more timid, distant style of photography, one that tries not to be noticed, aware of how much space a gaze takes up. In this case, my gaze, that of a photographer. It happens that pointing the camera at someone makes me feel uncomfortable, but by now I've learned that I can continue doing what I love whilst respecting how I feel and without being intrusive, turning my emotions into a storytelling tool.
Taiwan is a new photographic chapter, but I promised that I would have saved more time to spend for myself. Also, thanks to my friends from the Camino de Santiago, I had the chance to share some time with them through the nature of Taipei. And well, I couldn't imagine how green and rich the vegetation was here. I'm used to the Italian mountain landscape, but these panoramas win hands down. I spent some days all around Taipei and exploring different areas and conquering multiple peaks. Every time I wondered if what I was looking at was real or created with the AI. Trees cover every inches on the land, and it's like to stand in front of an emerald sea, like at the Amazonian forest. And I also met some little creatures that made me think to be in an alien planet. I will never forget the size of earthworms here. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, follow me for more content like this, and see you in the next video.
The natural landscape here in Taipei is surreal, as I imagine it is throughout Taiwan. I've never seen so much greenery all in one place, and at very viewpoint it feels as though you're looking at an image created by artificial intelligence. Endless expanses of leaves and branches crisscrossed by shaded paths, peaks shrouded in clouds and fumaroles that smell of minestrone, and the inevitable waterfalls making the surroundings of Taipei even more magical and evocative.
During my stay in Taipei, I spent most of the time exploring the surroundings, and if local markets already took me back in Southeast of Asia, between a hike and another I walked along dozens of old streets, from Shifen where lantern ritual steals the scene to the passing train, to the Hutong village where cats are the main characters, enriching the amount of flashbacks from my past journeys. Colorful paper lanterns, old train rails, ancient tea and medicinal shops, taking my nose almost to the ecstasy, but as I warned you in this chapter, I'm not really searching for the rhythm of old places. From Taipei, I'm starting to figure out what's going to happen in my near future. So from now on, I'm just wandering around, always accompanied by my art, just enjoying my time here and not really forcing me to storytell everything I meet. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, follow me for more content like this, and see you in the next video.
My stay in cities was really starting to feel a bit stifling, and I really felt the need to get away, exploring the historic villages in the northern area of the country, streets where once again I encountered old feelings from my time in Southeast Asia, which I will soon revisit. Taiwan will serve as a transition from the more serious and planned rhythm of Korea and Japan to the more chaotic and disorganized one I will find upon my return to Bangkok.